Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Masterclass number 2 as part of FAU Opera in Italy, this time in collaboration with Vernazza Opera Festival, in addition to the Conservatorio Giacomo Puccini. Today we have international countertenor Ray Chenez. Ray is we met during our graduate studies at Florida State University. We've collaborated many times since then. Just thank you so much for being here. If you'd like to say a couple of words before we get started, that would be wonderful. We do have the order already of the singers. That should be pretty clear. So with that, I'll just hand it over to countertenor, Dr. Ray Chenez.
Oh, yeah. So, good morning. Thank you for having me. We're in a beautiful place, so that's good enough already. So, I was told not to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, I think it's really, really important when it comes to singing and performing, the mind-body connection. So, and it's really early, so we're going to wake up. You guys want to wake up with me? All right, okay. So, some people got heels on, so you might have to take them off for this. But let's stand up. Let's stand up. We're going to get moving. How many of these can we do? We're going to do some jumping jacks. Yeah, spread out. Get some room. I think we can do at least. We can do at least 20, right? Yeah. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Anyone want to keep going? 19, 20, 21, 22. Drop out when you want. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I like to do 44. 33. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Okay. Do we feel better? Yeah. So, little fact, I actually do 44 in my dressing room before every show. Yeah. Because I gotta wake up, I have to wake up. The other thing I like to do is this stretch, so put your right foot over left. This is a yoga stretch. Grab your left hand with right hand and lean. Stay straight up though, so the spine keeps going up. And then we switch. Left over right. Extend straight up first, keep extending straight as you go to the other side. Shoulder rolls. And the other way. Oh, and she just did another stretch. Let's do what she did. Yeah. All right, now lean forward like this. And then like this. Okay. All right, I think we can start. So I believe really strongly in this. It helps me a lot to move my body before I sing. And I like to do some kind of physical activity every morning after I get up because it helps to awake the brain and just get that sort of like mind and body coordination going together. So as we work today, we're here to learn. We're not here to judge. I won't be judging anyone. I'm focused on you and helping for us to learn something together. And I hope that for each person, because singing is very personal, the idea is to find something that's unique to you that we can explore today. So let's just go at it. Who's first?
Hello, my name is Matthew Escobar. I will be performing Il Tesoro from the opera Don Giovanni, written by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
you've given a lot of thought to the dynamics and how you want to phrase things. The thing that I want to work on with you today is your position.
Okay.
And what does that mean to you when I say position?
I think it's just my stance and stuff like that, how my shoulders are. Also, I think like my position, I like have really bad posture, so that tends to affect my breath, I think.
Okay, I didn't notice that today.
Okay.
I mean, when it comes to all things vocally speaking, we're on a spectrum. So nothing is ever perfect. So I know for myself, I'm still working on my breathing and body connection every day. I'm still working on that. I'm still working on the release of my jaw every day. I'm still working on my formation of text. It never stops. And also the other thing about vocal technique is we never have it. You never have it 100%. So even, if I stop singing for a few days, there are some things that are just going to go out of balance a little bit, and then I have to bring them back into balance. What I mean by positioned actually is the position of speech.
Okay.
And position is a tricky word in singing, and I'm not talking about trying to place the voice in a certain spot, but it's more about sort of the internal vocal position. And the teacher that I work with now talks about being on the railroad track.
Okay.
And this is to say you're in a position of speech that if you can go up and you can come down, and you're staying in that same position of speech. And what I'd like to work with you today is bringing the tongue into a slightly different position, but we want to do this organically. And one of the difficult parts of working with the tongue is you can very easily get into a position of tension in doing this. So the idea is we want to ease that tongue into a certain position without any sort of tension of sorts. So the first thing, let's just try a tongue release exercise. Singing is like this, right? We're just going to do some silly things. And I want you to just let your tongue lay forward. You're not going to stretch it actively, but just like as far as it will go on its own. And just feel that back muscle just release. Okay, so this is a stretch you can actually do before you start to sing, is just release your tongue like that. Anybody who wants to do it can. So you just let it go. And this is the feeling that I want you to find, is that when you breathe in low, just go ahead and just breathe with your body. And you just let that tongue fall forward like that. Now just say for me, we'll use a word. It helps to use a word. Say, feed.
Feed.
And really go towards the E. Feed.
Feed.
Yeah. So I want to start from this position with you.
Okay.
And what we're aiming for is that as you engage your body, and if you breathe in this position, we're looking that the tongue remains relaxed forward, and it's going to feel as if you've lost some control.
Okay.
And this is one of the things when the tongue is fully released in this forward position, it feels very exposed and a bit scary. So let's not worry about what happens with that. We're just gonna let it go.
Okay.
And so let's start the whole first phrase on this E. We're gonna stay on E.
Okay.
So sing the whole phrase on E.
Okay.
Let's start maybe like, it's 2 bars before, okay? Does that work? Okay.
legato, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. It feels
Okay.
a lot more like, not like.
And what I loved actually is you maintained the position all the way through, because what is often our tendency is that when you go to the top, and this is not your top, but that D natural you sang, I was waiting, okay, is his tongue going to flip back? Because that's usually what we do. And then the tongue wants to flip back to protect you. And what I heard is I got more ring also as you maintained that, as you maintained that position. And this will force you to stay connected to this.
Okay.
Because if you let go of this, your tongue is going to say, oh, I got to protect that airflow. Now the next thing I want to do with you, and I find this to be a very helpful tool, it seems very, very basic, but just to speak your text on, just one steady plane. Il mio tesoro intanto. And just be mindful of this connection here. And this release of the forward tongue. You're staying in that E position almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Il mio tesoro intanto.
Go D even slower. Il mio tesoro. And every vowel gets its vowel.
Il mio tesoro intanto andante.
Yep. Okay, so now what we have to be careful of is that when you get into those consonants, they don't lock you here. So keep it real loose. In fact, take the consonants away. E, o, e, o, e, o, e, o, e, o.
E, o, e, o, a, e, I was trying to figure it out.
Now, as you go to those consonants, the jaw stays in this loose position, because if your jaw locks, your tongue is also going to lock. So, L is tricky. Let's just work on the L. Yep. So you want to feel that even for all those consonants, that back of the tongue doesn't grab. Il mio tesoro.
Il mio tesoro.
And really give me an E. I'm going to be really a stickler. Il mio tesoro.
Il
E.
mio tesoro.
From the first one. E.
Il mio tesoro.
Yeah. Okay. But do you see, like, when you really go to that E vowel?
It kind of plays.
Yeah. Because as soon as we get sloppy with the E, then you're going to be in the back. Try it one more time, just to get the feeling. E. Give me a real E.
Il mio tesoro.
Yep. Okay, we're just going to sing that. Sorry. Intanto. More E.
Intanto.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's just try the first phrase.
Il mio tesoro intanto.
Okay, how does it feel?
It feels a lot more, not like, I don't know, it just feels a lot more there.
Yeah.
Just on the voice a little bit more.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to get on it while singing.
Yeah. I mean, the more one thing that I've come into contact the more years I sing is how closely related singing is to our speech. And when we find that speech position, it makes everything infinitely easier, and you'll have to fight a lot less. Because we're doing so well, I'm going to give you another detail. How do you think about your A vowel?
I tend to do a very American A vowel sometimes, and that kind of gets it off
Try this for me. So we'll start with the word feed again. Feed.
Feed.
Feed. Yeah, and now without dropping your jaw yet, say fia.
Fida.
Fia.
Fia.
More towards ah.
Fida.
Fia. Let the e melt to the ah.
Fee.
More e. Fee.
Fia.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Fia.
How does it feel different to you? Does it feel different to you?
Yeah, a little bit.
All will give you a more forward and vertical position, which is contrary to what we would think. So often we are told, sing a bright ah. But if you go more towards ah, any other singers in the room can also try this with me. E-ah. And do it once more and pay attention to the back of your tongue. Don't control it, just watch it. E-ah. So what you should feel is that instead of the tongue retracting, it stays more in this forward position. And especially with this aria, you've got all this coloratura on ah. And so I want to get into that, but first we need to find that placement. So go for the first phrase again.
Okay.
To really start with that E,
Okay.
and let it melt into the ah for intanto, intanto.
Okay. Il mio tesoro intanto.
Okay.
Andate a consolare.
Keep going.
E deve decidere pianto, cercate di asciugare, cercate di asciugare,
All right, so let's stop there. So how does that feel to
It
you?
feels a lot more easier on the voice.
Yeah.
I can feel it not in the back of my throat. It's like a lot more forward.
Yeah, it's going to give you more efficiency. And, it's interesting because we're in such this sort of like boomy space. And in this room, it doesn't feel bigger. But I can tell you that if we were in, let's say, a less boomy space, that's going to get your voice out a lot further.
Okay.
A lot further. And this sort of focus is not only going to be easier for you, but it's also going to just carry. And when it comes to singing with orchestras and in large theaters, the most important thing is actually the efficiency of the voice and having this sort of easy focus where it feels really like it's on the outside of your body rather than on the inside. I want to work to refine this ah a little bit more.
Okay.
It's already like the improvement is already night and day. And where I want to work is on this passaggio note where you start sustaining these Fs.
Okay.
It's such a slight adjustment. Let's go from. And the other thing I want to say is that the other vowels were also falling into good place. Where would be a good place for you to go from? Maybe just from here.
Okay.
And then maybe we need to, let's isolate it actually. Let's go from, even though it's in the middle of words, maybe just, even though it's the last syllable, I want to do iasciugar.
Okay.
And what I want you to try is you're going to track that oo. So let's say Suga. Just say it.
Suga.
Get loose here.
Suga.
And what I want you to try is this is going to be step 2. So this is not a final result. Try not dropping your jaw for the ah yet. Say ooh ah, ooh ah. Ooh ah, ooh ah. Ooh ah. Uh-huh. Ooh ah. So another thing that we talk about is blooming. And that means you don't come out of your focus until you've already centered on that note.
Okay.
So if you drop your jaw too soon, it doesn't allow the tongue to come into place.
Okay.
So if I want you to just try wah with a W, wah, and restrain right now from letting that jaw drop.
Okay.
Because even with this ah vowel, we want to start from, let's say, it should still be released, so not tension here, but the smallest mouth position possible.
Okay.
And then you may drop the jaw a little bit, but it's probably less than you think.
Okay.
So let's start by sort of being more disciplined. Loosen here. Remember that the tongue releases from the back, so breathe in first. So now it's getting a little grippy in the back, and I can't let you get away with that. So we're going to think of that exercise we did first. You just let it go. You're going to feel it's going to be less. It's going to be a smaller mouth position.
Okay.
But if it ever starts to feel gripped, it's that back of the tongue is not letting go.
Okay.
And we use our brain to get to the vowels.
Okay.
Let's try singing it. Do you know where we are? I'm in the middll of a word. Cercate di asciugare. Bottom of the first.
Okay.
So he's just going to sing Iashugar. Yeah.
Sorry, from where?
You're going to sing in the middle of a word because I just want to isolate this.
Oh, okay.
And get that nice Iashugar. Yep. Actually, no, sorry. I'm confusing you. Get rid of the consonants.
The consonant.
And
Okay.
use a wa. Ya-wa. Make sure you get a nice breath. I want to work on just the sustained F, so don't go on yet.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now let's refine it a little bit. Make sure you're staying on the oo.
Okay.
Okay. I'd like to find a little bit more release of the back of that tongue for the ah.
Okay.
So move at your own tempo. You lead the line.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So just think. And use the W.
Okay.
And let it back.
Okay.
So you just let it keep continuing into the room.
Okay.
Yeah. You keep looking at me. When do I stop? I'm just gonna make you keep going until you run out.
Okay.
How does the back of the tongue feel?
It doesn't feel like it's going back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I want you to put your hands right here.
Okay.
And the idea is this: the back of the teeth here never clench.
Okay.
Keep going. Turn on the motor. That's the feeling.
Okay.
Yeah. How does it feel for you?
A lot more better. Yeah.
Okay. So then, as you continue into the phrase, you're going to keep that forward position going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's still no text, the same thing, and then but continue the phrase.
Okay. On vowels.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to be really picky.
Okay.
Because you have, those notes are I would say a natural thing for you. It sounds to me. I want you to think of keeping that portamento from just the F to the G.
Okay.
So this is keeping that tongue in that easy position. You're not holding the tongue. Increasing the do down an octave. Do E, but don't put anything in between the two notes.
Okay.
So you just keep that vowel in that position, that forward position, the ah, and the tongue stays where it is, and you just float right up to it. But do you hear the difference?
I can, yeah.
It's almost like think that the tongue is falling forward as you go up. That's the idea. Yeah. So let's try it. Let's just try that again.
Okay.
Just vowels and use the wa. Okay. Yeah, that's the right idea.
Yeah.
Now get a nice, easy, slow breath.
Okay.
What do you think?
A lot
You
easier.
like it?
Yeah, I do like it. Yeah.
I would say, next step, as you find this, then keep the motor going.
Yeah.
Keep the motor going.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Oh, you want me?
I think we have to stop,
Okay.
unfortunately. It was great fun, though. Thanks so much. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Ryan Masaid. and I'll be singing Venement, ma bien-aimée from Les Rois d'Is by Eduardo Lalo.
So I'm not even going to touch the
text, okay.
Well, we'll have to in some capacity.
Sure.
What I think I'd like to work on you with is finding a bit more security.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, and I think the way I want to approach this, I love how I think you're on a really good track with both the position and also the way you take your inhalation.
Okay.
I think is really, really healthy. And so I think a next step for you is going to be figuring out, as what I like about your breath is that it comes from a release.
Okay.
But then it's finding out how you maintain that width and that breath so that it connects through the length of the line. I think it would be good if we did some staccato exercises.
Okay.
I might steal the piano. So keep this. How do you think of your breath now? Because I really like your inhalation. I think it's very healthy.
Cool. Yeah, I think that part I've put a lot of thought into.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like held notes are kind of a challenge for me. Like I'll lose steam, especially on a certain part of my range. So I've been trying to like work on kind of just more thought into how I think about a breath.
Yep.
But
What vowels do you like?
I like E.
Your E is really great. What about your O and your U? How do you feel about them?
I don't like them.
Oh, okay.
I definitely don't like
Yeah.
the O.
All right, let's start with something you like. So let's go with E.
Okay.
E.
Okay.
Yep.
But just like that?
Yep.
And repeat.
Yep. 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 Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to connect it straight to here.
Okay.
So keep this, it's the same relaxed thing here.
Okay.
And I want you to feel like each one goes further away from you.
Okay.
And this is not a push exercise.
Okay.
I want you to feel like the distance, so stand here facing out.
Okay.
I want you to feel like each E goes further out in the room.
Okay.
And you're going to do it from here.
Okay. So.
And the idea of this is a total let go.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Say E for me.
E.
You're not going to listen to it at all.
Okay.
And you're going to point it it's out here, it's above you.
Okay.
It's on that spot on the wall. Yep, maintain your vowel.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna do what we did last time.
Okay.
You're gonna put your jaws here.
Okay.
And the idea is you're gonna engage this here,
Uh-huh.
and that is going to allow these things to disconnect. So
Okay.
put your hand here on me.
Oh,
That was
okay.
okay for
Oh, okay.
So it's not about pulsing necessarily, but this relaxed breath that you take, right? That comes in on the side.
Okay.
Let's see, that's all jaw, right? That's all jaw. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, this is that. It's the step of okay. When you sang, you didn't have any of this tension coming here, right?
Okay.
And so, I want you to think that when you, I didn't want to mess with this,
Okay.
but what I think of when I breathe in is I let go on a sigh,
Okay.
and then I continue this feeling of the sigh.
Okay.
So just try that for a second. Just think, sigh in. And now imagine, just say, E. Do you feel the connection to here?
More or less.
Okay. Put your hand here. So you're sighing in. E. Yeah, that E is always going to come from the internal position and never from the mouth or the teeth.
Okay.
Yep. So, just for the sake of it, even though I thought your E was fantastic,
Okay.
let's think of this also this release of the tongue.
Okay.
So let it out. And now say E.
With the tongue out.
Yeah, just let it go. E. It's brighter than you think. Just think. Say the word feed.
With the tongue out.
Feed.
Feed.
I can get even more E. But without the lip.
Without the lip. Yeah. That's a good cheat.
Yeah. Feed. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
So
that.
when you've got this release here, then this is going fully into gear.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, generally I like to do this exercise with U and O.
Okay.
But since you said E, I thought, well, let's just try it with E.
Okay.
So let's just do release again, and E.
On any pitch?
Yeah. Like go this.
Yeah.
No lips. We need a mirror. Do we have a mirror?
Yeah, that would be excellent.
Wait, do we have a phone mirror?
I could like pull out my phone.
Yeah, let's try it. That tongue is going to come more forward.
Yeah, it's like moving.
Say feed.
Like
You're gonna feel like the tongue just like rolls forward.
okay. Feed.
And don't listen to it.
Okay, that's my hard thing.
Yeah, because if you listen to it, then you're pulling it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Feed. Yeah. Feed. Yeah, that's tricky.
It's because you're listening to it.
Yeah.
So just say to me without listening to yourself, feed the geese.
Feed the geese.
That's perfect.
Okay.
That's your E.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So feed.
Yeah.
I think it was like feed.
All you have to do is let the tongue go and think the vowel.
So feed. Yeah.
Fee.
So when I transition into singing it, what's like, because that's I think the disconnect is like I'm like trying to make it like sound good for whatever reason. What's like the way to get that brighter E? Like you say letting go, but like further than that.
Yeah, so it's essentially thinking the vowel,
Okay.
releasing the tongue and jaw.
Mm-hmm.
So if you start to clamp here,
Mm-hmm.
any clamping in the jaw will tighten the tongue
Okay.
in a way you don't want.
Right.
And then it's going to be harder to produce the vowel, actually. So, I mean, what I really wanted to get was this engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe E is not the way right now.
Okay,
So
yeah.
let's go towards O,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
which is the exercise I normally do with it. Or rather oo. So we're gonna do oo. Yeah. How does that feel?
Natural.
I feel it quite connected. Do you feel it connected? Okay, so it's a little bit like think about it as growing a little bit and getting further away from you.
Okay.
Watch that jaw. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just keep going with that. And on the last one, keep it out in the room.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
All right, now pay attention. Put your hand on your tongue.
Okay.
Keep that nice sigh in. Sigh in, sigh out. That's it.
Okay.
Do you feel the connection
Much
to your,
better,
to your
yeah.
body?
That's much
yeah. Yep, go for it again. And the critical thing is once you're on the outside for that last tone, keep it going out and down.
Okay.
This one we liked. Yeah, where it ended, you were more relaxed. Yeah, you feel
Okay.
like your throat disengaged.
Yeah.
This one again. So your first step is always going to be that very nice side in
Side.
breath. All right. So what do you think is happening?
You're saying like preventing it from like
whenever we're careful, then we tend to hold it close to us.
Yes.
And so the idea is we are getting away from us.
Okay.
Not listening, you hear the tone in your head, and then this engagement here, the sigh in, and keeping that sigh, and you're going to keep that vowel outside of you.
Okay.
Try and push it further away. Yeah, I like where you end.
Okay.
This is not an easy exercise. If you think of, you come in on this side,
Okay.
and all you have to do is think the vowel.
Okay.
This tongue is in this very relaxed forward position, so relax the tongue forward as you breathe.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
And then just
do it.
Just let it go.
Got it.
Yeah. This is transferring the trust from the mechanism to the body.
Okay.
Which is not an overnight thing.
Oh, of course.
It's not an overnight thing, but I want you to experience it.
Okay.
Yeah, you get there. You get there.
I get there. In the beginning, the onset is like.
Yeah. So let's do. Think of it this way. We have to think in stages.
Okay.
And this is how I also approach my own singing.
Okay.
So when we sing, we have to be in the moment of what we're doing.
Okay.
So your first moment is, I have to sigh in and release the tongue. Exactly like that.
Right.
It's perfect.
Okay.
And then the second moment is, you've got the pitch in your head and the vowel.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. That's weird.
Yes, that's the engagement
Okay.
we're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's find, since we're running out of time, one phrase where we can engage this. Right here.
Beginning. Okay.
Yep. And so I want you to think of getting those first two out in the room.
Okay.
So think, say the text for me, just the first word.
Venemo.
Yeah, so venemo.
Venemo.
Just do this for me. Venemo.
Venemo.
Yeah, venemo.
Venemo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's coming from?
From me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where we have a tendency to pull back when we go up. Yep, so you're writing that venema, and you're doing it from here. Venema.
Uh-huh.
Put your hand on your belly and go and say venema.
Venemo.
Yep.
Venemo.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Venemo. What's that?
It jumped back.
Yeah, it was like tense.
Yep. But it's really those first two tones that you have to think about. Don't think about the one
That sharp.
up. Think venemo. Yeah, just the first two.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's the same thing here. These low notes are your jumping place.
For sure.
Try that place.
The predetapor.
Yeah.
Preneta porte for me, je veux encore demeurer.
Yeah, you feel the difference? I mean,
Yeah.
I wish we would have got more time.
Got more time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we have to stop, yeah?
If you want to take 2 more minutes.
Okay, yeah. Let's do it again.
Okay, awesome.
Because there's a big difference for me
Yeah.
in just this very first phrase when you stay connected on those 2 bottom tones.
Yeah.
So let's
Cool.
just do it again to get the feeling.
Awesome. The first one?
Yeah. I want you to put your mental attention on the second note. Or
the Okay, understood.
Yeah, and that's the note you want to make sure that you're engaged here and you're out in the room.
Got it.
Do you feel the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it one more
It's
time.
like way more focused.
Let's
that
do it
way.
one more time. I mean, sometimes it feels like a lot to work on one phrase, but to get the feeling is really the most important thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That one's the same. So that, what's the text there? Re de ta ta.
Yeah.
So it's that ta. Re de ta.
Oh, right.
Re de ta. Make sure that ta is out in the room.
Awesome. Predeta. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Predeta porte for me. Devas encore demeurer.
Does it feel more secure to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've always felt like that part is precarious because it's jumping
Yeah.
through the side.
Yeah. I mean, that's everybody.
Of course.
Yeah, and those are moments that give singers fear.
Yes.
When you have these things because you're thinking, okay, I want it to be elegant,
Yeah.
and and then what happens is if the fear takes over before we get to the note, then we're not focused on the notes we're singing.
Oh, that's like
And-
working on that constantly.
And those notes that we're singing, even though those are the lower, easier notes, are the ones that bring you
Of course. Yeah.
to
yeah.
the top. So that's what I would say. I mean, you're on such a good path and learning to get this connection. And this connection goes to the room. So it's, when this gets out of the way, when the tongue is released, this kicks in and the vowel stays out.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
There's things to work on. I'll have
Yeah.
to watch this a bunch of times. I think that's the
Yeah.
best thing.
Yep.
Thank you
Great
so much.
job. Yeah. Thanks so much. I want to get a score real quick. Sorry. All right. Sorry to keep you waiting.
My name is Olga Lomakina, and today we will be singing Malia by Francesco Tosti.
Oh
question I have for you is, how do you think of your breath currently?
It's developing.
Okay.
It's in developing stage.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out the best option for my breath support. So
Okay.
I'm experimenting
Okay,
on the basis of the information that I have
sure.
and what I'm reading from the books and
Okay.
what I found.
Okay. So at this point, you would say you don't have a way you're thinking about it. You're trying to breathe like a certain way, or are you thinking, oh, I want to breathe low, or how are you conceptualizing it currently?
Right now, I'm following Dr. Hutchins' advice to work more on inhaling. So, like, inhale more deeply, like
Okay.
to fill up the balloon inside my lungs, and then make a stop to have a good onset, and then start singing. This
Okay.
is the few steps that I figure out might work for me.
Okay.
I feel a little bit loose at the beginning of the song, or every time when I'm starting the song. It might be due to some, I don't know, fears or nerves. What else? I'm feeling that I'm using half capacity of my song, so lungs. So I'm not using the whole capacity of my lungs right now.
Yep.
And I'm trying to figure out how to use more air. That's probably what that's it.
Okay. So one thing that's very fundamental to singing in general is when it comes to breath support and the way we use our bodies, it's also connected to the speech and the vowel. So those are two things that are always connected, and with our lovely tenors so far, you already saw how also improving vowels will also improve your efficiency. Yeah, because if your vowel is in the back, you will lose air a lot more quickly. On the other hand, this also has to be working. So it is a connection between the two things. The thing that I would like to work with you on is actually the inhalation itself. And the good thing is I don't see you breathing with any tension. And that is something that is fundamental to keep, and I would encourage every singer to always think from the point of release. You're never trying to forcibly open things or hold it. And for that reason, I like the idea of the internal sigh. So external sigh being, right? But as you take your breath, and the reason why I like this idea is everybody's breath is going to feel differently because we're all differently shaped human beings. You know, some people are, have a longer torso or a wider one, and so how one person feels their breath to another is going to be different. But what I do find to be a very useful tool is this idea of internal sigh. And so that means you don't draw in breath with any muscles, except for the muscles of your body. And so think about just sighing out for a moment. Let it all out. And now allow your body to take a sigh in. Yeah. What did you feel?
I feel that my lungs started filling up the breath and
Yep.
with the air.
Yep.
So they are extending and stretching a little bit up to the right and to the left. So yeah, and my chest goes forward.
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed, is that this opened up your rib cage more. And I think that will really help you to find more expansion this way, because before, when I saw you singing, I did feel that you were really slow, but this ability to sort of open your whole capacity. So let's try again. Sigh out and sigh in.
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah. Now let's just add it to something silly. So we're gonna sigh out and sigh in, and then we're gonna say di de da do do.
Di da da do do.
Yeah. Di de da do do.
Di da da do do.
Yep. And now think as you sigh in, you continue that feeling. There's no blockage or holding in the throat. Di de da do do.
Di da da do do.
Yeah. How does that feel?
I feel more freedom in my voice.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like I let it go and it went forward, like through the window probably, somewhere in this direction.
All right. I think now I'm just making up stuff as I go along here, so it's all nonsense. No, but let's try with this breathing exercise, and I like this. I like this text because I think it when you've got a consonant like D, it will help you also bring your text a little bit forward. So I think we'll solve two things at once. And so we're going to sing on D, de, da, do, do, but let me see how that's going to work. Okay, I think it's going to be too confusing. So let's go from D to Do.
From D to Do?
Yeah, and you can just mix it up however you want. D, do, D, D, something like that.
Okay.
And what we're focusing on is that you think of this letting go, sighing in, and letting go. So your breath is working more efficiently. There's less air, let's say, leaking out.
Yeah.
But without holding.
Yeah.
Which is what we aim for. Would you like to continue?
Yeah.
Okay. Like this, with this silly syllables?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That same position that you found on the E. What's the first word?
Cosa c'era.
Okay, so say io.
Io.
But don't try so hard. Just think it, speak it. Io.
Io.
That's it. So what do you notice? Say it once more and just pay. Don't control it, but just observe your mouth.
I think my onset is better. I mean, I'm starting right in the vowel, so I'm not breathing too much before I'm starting.
Okay. And you're not trying too hard with your mouth. You're just in the more of the spoken position. So as you breathe in on that easy side, then just think speak. Cosa.
Cosa.
Cosa. Don't try, just speak it. Cosa.
Cosa.
That's it. That's it. All right, let's try again.
Cosa c'era nel fior che m'hai dato, or sul filtro arcano potar, molto caro mio caro tremato, ma pensier.
Okay, so now as you get to the end of the phrase, I want you to think of keeping that feeling of the sigh, and you just keep your speech.
Just keep my speech.
Yeah. So often we think, oh, we're running out of breath, but actually what we just need is mental discipline, which is to say, I'm just going to trust that my body is open, and I'm not going to give it any extra air, I'm not going to grab it, I am just going to let the air spin as it is, and I'm going to keep my vowel position. And that's it. Where would be a good place to start just to get to the end of that phrase? Do we have to do it all again? Maybe we should do it all again. Or where is the last phrase? Where does it start? Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, so just yeah. Malolezzo. Yeah. That's tricky. I want her to get a good breath. No, the phrase before. The phrase before. So you get, yeah. Yeah. And take your own breath because you're starting now. So first step is just that easy sigh in and speak. So just nice easy breath in. There we go. As we go up higher, we have a tendency to want to extend our breath higher. So I want you to think in opposites. We're trying to get down with that sigh.
To get down when...
Yeah, so allow your... It's actually not changing anything. The idea is that you're breathing in the same relaxed way with this nice easy sigh.
It's just like I need to contract this part of my muscles a little bit more, right? To go, like, to move the air down.
I would just think for now, don't think about moving any air down. Think of this, you let go, right? You let go of the muscles here and here, and you allow your body to be like a vacuum.
Okay.
So that's why I like I think it's a great exercise to breathe out, because when you breathe out, you're starved for air, and then you just allow your body to take it in. And that's the feeling that we're looking for. It's this just sort of sigh in, and then your body only takes what it needs. It doesn't take too much to create that sort of pressure.
I'll
So let's try, I want to try, maybe from Nerone, and then find that easy side for the first phrase, and then continue that feeling as we go to the next. Sighing. In other words, I'm singing easily. It's a little bit more muscle engagement on my core. Okay. So I'm tensing my core slightly a little bit of leaning out. Yeah, a little bit leaning out. And but the whole body is more relaxed too. So the shoulders position and body position is better, I think. So. I feel it like my core should do the main work, and everything else should be relaxed. That is the idea. Mm-hmm. And the idea that the breath, and I think it's one of the hardest things to. Are we at time? Okay. I think it's one of the challenges to find is that finding engagement without tension in the body. And because we do need to be active, but your body remains flexible. So I would say, as you know, for every singer, as you explore your breath in your body, finding this ease of the inhale with this sort of sigh to keep it moving out without any muscles actually engaging. And it's the same thing with athletes. They also need to find how to, whether it's throwing a ball or something, whatever. Athletes are also looking for ways to use their whole body and to find the strength of the muscles without gripping it. So that's one of my things that I would recommend keeping in touch with on your singing journey is this sort of flexibility.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, my name is Claudia Hammes, and I'm going to be singing Caro Mio Ben.
Senza di te
I think going back to the breath, how do you think about your breath?
Terrible.
What? Terrible.
It's just awful.
It's just awful. No, it's not true. It's not true. I think we can find a little bit more depth. Yeah?
Yeah.
And instead of thinking lower,
Okay.
I want you to think about release.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes, you got your hands on your stomach already. And this is also a common place of holding. I've been guilty of this as well throughout much of my life, because when we often hold our selves in our posture, we may engage these this lower abdomen. And when we sing, we have to let it go. So the first thing I would say is just try putting your hands here and go, ugh,
Ugh.
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 Yeah, you feel it let go?
Yeah.
So this never needs to come in while you sing. So also when you're waiting, I shouldn't say waiting, when you're living the moment of the interlude, when the song begins, you're already conscious that your body is released. And I find it's very, very helpful that I'm already, it's in a way like you're part of the interlude. And that means that, the song doesn't start when you start to sing. It starts when he breathes and he puts his fingers on the piano, right? And so from that moment, you're already living the energy of what it is that you're about to give. And so I would encourage you, first of all, just as the song is starting already, finding that awareness, breathing, not holding, letting go. Let's try the exercise that I've done a bit with some others, where you blow it out. And now you're not going to you're just going to let the body take air. You don't have to take anything from the throat. No muscles are involved except your body. It's a vacuum.
Okay.
So breathe it out. And that's it.
Yeah.
You feel like this is enough.
Yeah.
The body expands. You feel the expansion of the body, but there's no pressure of air.
Yeah, for sure.
So now we're just gonna do the same thing and just say ka.
Okay.
That's your first word, caro.
Caro.
What do you feel is different?
I just feel like I'm not tightening here.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I know sometimes I feel like when I sing, it's like you release when you breathe, and then the second you sing it has to be like bah. You know what I mean? And that's not.
Exactly.
But I also naturally always engage these muscles, so it's like.
Right there with you. I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it probably for 20 years or something, and it's like there are so many things when we find something in our own nature. It's maybe a lifetime, and I always find that with myself. There are things that are in my nature that I always have to work on because it's just how I'm wired. And over years and years and years and years, then it does become habit. But never get mad at yourself if you keep doing the same thing, because we all have our sort of own nature, and everybody's different, and everybody has different things that they do, and there's nothing wrong with just even if you're like, oh, I've been doing that since I started singing 10 years ago. Give yourself a break and just continue to think about that every time you warm up. So for you, I would say, because I know this, I've done it, and I also have that thing, and it's just it's part of your nature. So every time before you sing, just say, oh yeah, I gotta remind myself of that. Yeah. The other thing I notice is that when you get this release, you're even just saying ka, your throat was more open.
Yeah.
You got more warmth in the sound. So by relaxing these things, this is all going to let go more. So let's just speak a few more times so you don't have to stress about singing. Just breathe it out again. And just let it all go. It's that sigh. Caro mio ben.
Caro mio ben.
That's beautiful. It's fantastic. Super free.
Okay.
Do you want to sing?
Sure.
Or do you want to do it a couple more times?
I don't know.
It's up to you. Do
do
it one more time.
yeah.
Do it one more time.
Okay.
You can never do things enough.
Okay. Caro mio ben.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So sing it now?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it. And give yourself, time to take that easy breath
Okay.
before you sing.
Okay.
So here's a moment, where you can just end, you can just breathe. Life is easy.
The chest acronym.
Okay.
Yeah.
But another thing happened in addition to that was positive.
Okay.
And you got a little bit more engagement.
Yes.
And because you went higher, and so you felt you had to.
Yeah.
So let's take the next step. And we're still going to think and process. So first mental thought is I'm going to let go. I'm going to sigh in. And now I want you to think of maintaining that sigh. So let's just do a little, we're going to do a
okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
But the same process. So breathe it out and let it go. And keep sighing in.
Oh, keep sighing in.
Yeah, so you're going to feel like you're still sighing in. And then but do you feel how what happens is right now you're sighing in and then you kind of brace. Yeah, so it's this idea that you just sigh in for a moment and just feel what it's like to just stay there.
Okay.
Without any hissing. So breathe out. Let the body. That's it. Now keep that motion going. Yes. That's it.
I just really feel those top abs. Is that supposed to happen or no?
Are they going in or out?
Yeah, they're going in.
Okay, so put your hands here and think more like you're going to let them lean out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. You want to live that experience and observe it. The thing about all the breathing apparatus is it's so balance oriented. So you have this, you have this, you have the rib cage, you have the front of the rib cage, and each human being is going to feel this in different proportions. And so I would encourage you to observe the breathing apparatus, but never to forcibly try to go in one direction.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you are aware of this, but I know myself as an overdoer and an overtryer. I can get obsessed on one point, and then I shift the whole balance in the wrong direction. So what you just did was perfect for your body, this sort of internal sigh, your rib cage opened up, and then you felt the activation here, but not at the expense of another dynamic.
Yeah.
So go ahead and feel it again. I want you to feel it again.
With the S.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This internal sigh, you just keep sighing. And let it go to the last drop and keep it going out. So nothing grips. Yeah.
Okay.
And what I love is that your throat is not interfering with that process. This is that sort of letting go of the air. Would you like to sing again?
Sure. Yes.
So go ahead and keep a hand or two there.
Okay.
And think in steps. So that means, okay, now I'm letting go, now I'm letting the air in, and now I just keep it going.
Okay. On the rhythm?
I think a faster tempo would also help you.
Yes, I think
Yeah?
so. Yeah.
Da, di, da, do, mio ben, di, di, di. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Trust, expand more.
Yes. Okay.
And just think, I'm expanding infinitely.
Okay. Okay.
So, much earlier.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I have more time for the
Here,
breath.
I'm going to breathe with you, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right?
Yeah.
I would say don't be afraid to do this.
Okay.
You use that because it helps you.
Mm-hmm.
It brings awareness to your breath and what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
How are we doing time? Fine? Okay. I'd like to bring the text back
Okay.
and see if we can find that engagement. Your challenge is you start on the A vowel.
Mm-hmm. And that's far back.
Yeah. Try for me. The D is working great for you.
Yeah.
And this is also something for you to use.
Mm-hmm.
If you're working on a song, because that did help to bring efficiency to your production.
Yeah.
You can use that and kind of find how that feels and then bring the text back in.
Okay.
But just do a D for me. Don't overthink it. Just
D-
say it.
oh, just
say it. D -aw.
D-ah.
D-aw.
D-ah.
Yep, and let that, as we talked about with the others, let that tongue hang out for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Just for a second. We're going to do tongue stretch. Just
Oh, okay.
that. No tension in the tongue, you just let it.
Uh-huh.
Now say D-aw.
D-ah.
Aw.
Okay.
So you're going to let that tongue, it's going to feel like it's rolling forward.
Yeah.
You're not pushing it forward. You're just letting the tip of that tongue sink down. D-aw.
Down to the gums or down to the teeth?
Yep. All the way down to the gums.
Okay. D-ah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
D-aw.
D-ah.
That is it.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
That's
Coddle.
Oh, it's really weird. Okay.
Coddle.
Coddle.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Coddle.
Coddle.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
She forgets it. Tummy.
Tummy.
First you let go.
Coddle me amen, credi me amen, senza di te languisce il cor. Coddle me amen, senza di te languisce il cor. Il tuo fedes aspiranior, senza di te languisce il cor, senza di te sospiranior, aspiranior. Coro mio ben, credimi a me, senza di te languisce il cor. Coro mio ben, credimi a me, senza di te. That feels off. Languisce il
Yeah, that's because the cadenza is not easy.
cor. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's a topic for another day.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're definitely on the right track.
Okay.
And great job. Well
Thank
done.
you. serenade.
What do you see as the challenges to the song?
I just feel like when it gets to the higher parts, I kind of like tend to tense up and squeeze instead of like to hit the notes correctly.
Yeah. I think we this is an opportunity to also work on this release of the breath. So how do you think about your breath? What's your thinking process?
I think like I understand the idea of everything.
Okay.
But I have trouble like using the air that I inhale, you know?
Okay.
And I think that I might take too much air in sometimes.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. I'm also going to work with you on this idea of the sigh. And maybe I'm repeating myself. I don't know. But the reason why I love the sigh so much is because it feels like exactly the right amount of air. You take enough to fill the lungs, but without pushing air in. So try this idea of letting it all go, letting it all out, and then just let your body bring the air in, open. What do you feel?
It feels less forced.
Okay. And let's do it again and observe where you feel openings. Don't force anything, just observe. Out and sigh in.
I feel more expansion like in the front.
Okay.
Whereas I think when I was singing, I was feeling it more so on the side.
But I'm seeing both. I'm also seeing the ribs are opening.
Okay.
And we do need both.
Yeah.
Because this expansion of the ribs allows space in the lungs. Go ahead and just one more time, just so you can observe a third time. And yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I think one thing that we can do, we'll do a little speaking first with this breath in mind. So I've got the text here. Just the first sentence.
Okay.
So breathe out and sigh in.
Cupid once found me a dreaming.
Yeah, Exactly. And now just speak it as if you would say it.
Oh.
Cupid once found me a dreaming.
Cupid once found me a dreaming.
Yeah. How does it feel?
Good.
Okay. How would you feel if we did it an octave lower?
Song?
Yeah, just for now.
Okay.
Because I want you to really feel like you don't have to think about this passaggio area. You can just take a nice low breath and you're just gonna speak it out.
Okay.
How many measures would be good before?
4,
Yeah, 4 measures. And you've got a fermata, so that means you get to breathe on your own count
Okay.
and bring your orchestra in.
Okay. Cupid once found me.
All right, let's get another step, because what we want to feel is dun 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 dun. Cupid once found me.
Okay. Cupid once found me.
All right, now can you think about this sustained sigh in? So it comes in and Cupid once found me. Do this with your arms.
Okay.
Cupid once found me.
Okay.
Just say it.
Got it.
All right, breathe out.
Yeah.
You can't do it wrong, don't worry. There's no wrong here. We're just doing stuff, okay? Breathe it out. And then, Cupid once found me.
Cupid once found me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And go ahead, use your arms.
Okay. Cupid once found me a dreaming, lulled by the soft summer breeze, where golden sunlight came streaming through the deep shade of the trees.
Okay, so how are you experiencing that?
It's. I think I can, like.
We're on the right track.
Focus, yeah, I can focus on
Yep.
the breath more. The octave down, it's just like different, you know.
What if, I want you to think about trusting that the sigh is enough.
Okay.
So you don't have to put extra pressure on the rib cage.
Okay.
Cupid once found me, just Cupid once found me. Don't worry about creating sound. Don't worry about the volume. The sighing motion is enough to give you that balance of air.
Okay.
Just try it again.
Cupid once found me a dreaming, lulled by the soft summer breeze, where golden sunlight came streaming through the deep shade of the trees.
All right. Now, as we connect to the speech, just say for me again. Cupid once found me.
Cupid once found me.
Cupid once found me.
Cupid once found me.
Now, as you come in, especially, this is also why I wanted to move down to this lower sort of speaking register. I want, speaking is enough. So you don't have to sing anything with your voice. Just trust, Cupid once found me.
Okay.
Say it again.
Cupid once found me.
Cupid once found me. Just speak it.
Cupid once found me.
Yep, now with pitches, just
Cupid once found me.
Cupid.
Cupid.
Cupid once found me.
Cupid once found me.
Cupid once.
Cupid once.
Cupid once found me.
Cupid once found me. Oh,
You feel the difference?
yeah.
Yep. So it's just giving, it's taking attention away from here and just putting it on the vowel in the text. Let's try it again.
Okay. Cupid once found me a dreaming, lulled by the soft summer breeze, is better not being so like in my throat. It's just I have to like do that more.
Yeah, of course. And I think that this is a helpful exercise for this kind of piece. I know it's not the strongest. Your strength is higher. I know that. So, but I think in cases especially where this does sit in a high tessitura and you've got a lot of text, I think it's very beneficial to go to a speaking register and just find what it's like to find that freedom, find that connection to that text and that release, and then bring it up the octave. So let's try it in the original key, but keep the same approach. You're speaking, even in that register. You're speaking.
Okay.
And then here's the mental part, right? It's keeping that breath release and trusting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so think first stage is nice sigh, and then just speak.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, definitely the times of you did find this release, your voice freed a lot more. How much time do we have left? 5 minutes. I would also like to do some tongue work with you, if that's okay. So, we're going to do it again. Let it go. Yep, the root of the tongue, do you feel how it's released in the back? This is enough to stretch your tongue. Now say feed.
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 Feed. Yep.
Feed.
You've got a good E position. Say ew.
Ew.
That's your first vowel. So that's a good exercise to try to find that forward position. Ew.
Ew.
Yep. What do you feel with your tongue?
It's like more expanded.
Okay. Yep. And one of the reasons why the tongue release is important is it's not only to relax tension, but if you think about the tongue as a very large muscle, it's basically blocking your airway. So by allowing it to sort of relax forward, and again, it's all in balance, so it's not like more is better. You know, sticking your tongue out to here is going to be too far, but it moves it out of the airway. And so that's going to give you more space in the back, in addition to relieving tension. And so that's why we're looking for this sort of forward release. As you go, ee-oo, feel that tip of the tongue also goes really down on that ooh, ee-oo. Cupid.
Cupid.
Yeah. Let's just try the very beginning.
Okay.
What do you think? I know it was very quick,
Yeah.
but I loved the first couple of notes.
Okay.
And then you've got a tricky text, found me, so you can get bound up on that. Found me. Cupid. And think for the I in the E position. Cupid. Yes. Do you feel a difference?
Yeah.
Cupid.
Wants.
Found me. Yep. And that ND is going to be real easy. Cupid once found me. Yeah. It's like the N and the D happen together. Cupid once found me.
Cupid once found me.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's sing it once more and don't let that ND, just throw it away for now.
Cupid once found me.
It's the ND, yeah. Cupid once found me. Saying Cupid once found me.
Cupid once found me.
Yep.
Okay.
And just sing that. Get rid of the ND.
Okay.
Don't even think the ND.
Okay. Cupid once found me, dreaming, lulled by the soft summer breeze, where golden sunlight came streaming through the deep shade of the trees. He gave no heed to my sighing. What could I know of his heart? Oh, how softly his arrow came flying, true as his aim at my heart. Oh, love, happy was the day for me. Free now is my heart. Yea, love, gaily I can laugh and be thy slave, no art ever. Yea, love, smiling I can go my
Okay,
way.
so one last thing. So what is this word that we just came in?
A.
A. It's literally A.
Yeah.
A. Okay. So there's another moment where the tongue can grip. So just say, say E. E. Yeah. So as you take this deep sigh in, let that tongue fall forward and relax, and then just sing the. I just want to do this one part so that you can feel that release
Yeah.
coming in.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe is there something before that?
Love, smiling I can go my way.
Yeah. It's already more released.
Yeah.
You feel the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I think that's probably our time, isn't it? Well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
I hope it was helpful.